for a loss of words, but being the fact that they know that Aisha was true of heart of a cleric, they're not too worried about where she's going to go. She's going to find her place when she meets Farazma and Lord of Souls. Zinrath, only his sons really seem to know, and I hate to say this, know to really figure out what's going to happen with him going forward, as no one really used it too much. But Miss Far Wanderer is definitely sad for it. Were they a partnership? Who knows? It's hard to say. He was never really here when he was AFK, you know what I mean? Were they an item? No. We'll pretend that we may or may not know. But if you exit the pass, the last name is shaken off the snow from the collapse and you keep moving forward. You have this evening, technically, it was getting closer to afternoon at this point. They're able to set fire to Aisha and to Zinrath to send them off properly. After delaying your pursuers, you, the Broken Tusk Scouts, now lead your following to the opening of what you find to be a limestone cavern, which, according to your migratory map that you found in that star chamber, should be the entrance to the Lost Mammoth Valley on the other side. Although the pass was still behind you, her warband will clear it in time, and to ensure your survival of your following, you must enter Lost Mammoth Valley and escape before they have a chance to catch up. And now, much like from before, as Tusk, you must travel ahead of your kinfolk. Find and secure a safe route through these caverns ahead of you, so that your following can follow behind. Now you're down to the members, but it's a little different at this point. Knowing that you were going into this pass, a lot of the hunters of the tribe had to take time to prep extra meat, jerky, rations, because who knows when the next time they'll be able to hunt. And because you're between like icy mountain tops leading through a limestone cavern, there's probably not too many places they can actually hunt. So, because of this, some of the people from your tribe step forward to take over the empty spaces of the scouts should you need it. There's been many different people wanting to take charge of it, and Weepakoa usually is the person who you would go to for figuring out who should join your squad. She's the one that was training the scouts beforehand. But as there's only one, I would say surviving, but one final member of the original OG group, which is Monstro, we kind of leave it to you. And after some vetting and different people that you might have known when you were a megafauna hunter and stuff, it really comes down to what you need. You lost a druid, your ability to speak with animals. Mm-hmm. However, you know of another druid who is very keen on wanting to join your group. They are more in tune with animals, as Zinrath was more in tune with plants. You would know this person to be by the name of Daruis, another fellow hunter, or another herder, another druid of the group. They've actually taken a liking to your squad's direwolf and has actually trained it to become a fighting utensil. If you chose to accept this person. Another member of the squad, somewhat of a newer addition, I believe, if I can remember correctly. They aren't currently here, so we're not going to worry about that per se. But someone's kind of like wishy-washy. You lost a bard, so you know the only other bard that you can think of in the group so far is a satyr. But they've been a little hard to reach. And lastly, a newest arrival. Honestly, and I'm doing this right, Aisha, right? You weren't here this entire time. You've only recently shown up because of what's happened between Shaggy and the Raven lady. Yeah. Someone new has arrived in the squad and has immediately taken a liking to everyone, and vice versa. They have arrived because of a instant love connection. Again, far-fetched. I don't know if you guys remember when you first talked to Shaggy, when he mentioned that he loved this woman. Someone was kind of skeptic about it. Well, you don't even know her name. All you did was just first see her. You have to anticipate that stuff. And he proposed to her on the spot, not even knowing her name, and she accepted. And that level of love has brought forth somebody from another dimension, a small, the size of Kisna, if you remember Zinrath's familiar, pixie. And they want to be with whoever is in charge, essentially. More, I would say in charge, more of the fact that the people keeping the tribe safe. And right now, the Mammoth Lords are keeping order, But the people who are truly keeping the tribe safe are, and it's a question mark for you, Monster.
Oh.
Who's keeping the tribe safe currently?
You mean like Shaggy, maybe?
You guys,
Oh.
the scouts. They've only made it this far under y'all's guidance, and they keep on thrusting you guys into further stuff. And between those, again, there's been about several dozen, and instead of me having to go through the entire process of what you've ran into, we're going to stick you with exactly this. These are the people that you've kind of reduced it down to. So standing before you is you know what, we'll go as I introduce you. What do we see in this druid? What do they look like? He's not even there.
Are you asking me?
No, Darius, what does he look like?
No.
He's a 6 foot tall, dark hair, dark eyes, wearing wolf fur and a giant set of antlers. He's carrying a wooden shield, wearing hide armor, and carries a simple club. Yeah, kind of like that.
Standing next to him is y'all's direwolf friend. The one that followed your tribe after you took out the cockatrice, essentially, and joined your tribe. The one Aisha has been hunting meat for. The entire time that they were hunting meat, Aisha wasn't able to stay back and help train the animal, so he was left to the herders. Well, this was the herder that you left the direwolf with to help train, and now he's trained. Your direwolf, now going by the name of Ash, what's his name?
The direwolf is Rafe.
Rafe is his name. He now has a name, and he's considered an animal companion. So before he was just a follower. Now, he can tag along with this druid. You have been alongside Darius, several other people. I wouldn't say it's a vetting process. It's more like, instead of bringing 35 people who all want to essentially help, the Mammoth Lords have made it apparent that they want to keep the numbers kind of low for the scouting part, so that if anything does happen to the tribe while they're gone, some of the stronger people are behind. And Monstro, I'm assuming you'll pick this person.
Yeah, of course. He has the wolf with him, so if the wolf trusts the druid, then yeah.
I knew that you would say yes because you're a wolf too. So, Darius, you would know about the tribe, right? You already have your little hunting drinking thing. Speaking of which, Aisha, or Ari now, I need you to figure out which house you're in, because we got to bring... No, you're brand new. Never mind. Don't do that. You don't get it to upend it yet. Yeah, you would know that Monstro isn't an original OG member, per se, as they were traveling, they came across this child and have brought it into the fold to help kind of learn it's a little bit more animalistic. It was raised by wolves. So there's a natural kinship between your companion and Monstro. Now, what about this other person? What do we see in this pixie, Mikey?
This pixie that you see, she's gonna be adorned with a flower veil, and she's also gonna not completely look fey. She's gonna have some sort of like Asamarian features to her as well, as she's dressed in pink drapes. Ariana is my name. As she introduces herself to her new companions, or you can call me Ari if you like. I was spurred and I was absolutely adored as Shaggy and the Raven Woman when people fell in love, and I feel like spreading love and positivity to our group would be the best thing ever.
We definitely need that. Most of our group died, so we need a lot of positivity in the group. Would you join?
Larry, I would absolutely love to join your group. I will spread all the love that I can spread. And she does a little like trickserish kind of like fey thing.
Okay. By the way, Monster, you still need to pick a level 4 skill field for your level up.
Gotcha. Thought I did. I think I picked quick jump. Oh, never mind.
Well,
Okay.
If you pick quick jump, what was your second level? Oh no, you retrained.
Yeah, I retrained that one.
Retrained from your survey wildlife. You still need to pick a 4th level one.
Okay. You can
So
continue.
figure that out.
Mhm.
Yep, continue. The squad is at 5 strong currently, and then it's about this time when Barada, your mother, Montre, mentions that after what happened and the deaths and stuff, she kind of feels responsible. She was the first one to flee the cave, and had she had stuck behind, she could have potentially saved somebody. It's been resting on her really heavily, so she's going to take the time to stay back in camp when you guys scout forward. So now there's only 4 of you traveling forward currently. Ari, Darius, with Rafe, I guess you can count 5. Udir and Munster.
Rough stuff all around.
And Beretta's
Then there
doing
were
what?
5.
Staying behind primarily so she wants to have a conversation with the other daughter, as she's seen how you can handle yourself, and she's kind of giving you a nod of affirmation. Like, you remember the last thing that the character themselves, Computer and Dragon, actually said to you. It's like, you know what, I'm wrong. You can handle yourself. They affirm that even further. Like, I think that you don't really need me right now, but I will rejoin you as soon as I can. There's a bit of guilt resting in their voice.
I thought it'd be more a little like respect, but I guess guilt helps.
No, they respect you, but there's guilt in the voice. If that makes any sense. Guilt for what they have done.
What's that?
Roll a society check.
Oh boy, society, my favorite one. Oh wow.
That is your
Wow.
Udir, this is the way that you're from the Meridian stuff. Based on your best guesses, this is how the old tribes back in the day would mark the direction that the tribe would travel. So you believe that when people would enter this cave, they would see these paintings, see it, the handprints would tell them to go south. Or at least that's the way they used to travel. That's what you get from that natural 20.
Okay. Alright. Everyone listen up.
Mm-hmm.
The markings on these walls. I've seen these before. It is depicting that we must move south. Ari, is it possible you can investigate these 2 other passages?
I could, but let's say I get ambushed. What would happen?
Well, shout or do something to signal us, and I will rush to your immediate aid.
Okay, I will try stealthing there.
Why investigate these holes when we need to go forward?
Because we're not trying to be ambushed, or we're not trying to miss anything.
Well, if they were going to ambush us, they should ambush us now. And they have not.
No, and then archers just
A monster, listen. I know you've been with this group the longest, but as the most senior member here, I request that you listen.
You're not senior, me senior.
Well, actually, the face pretty old, so I mean.
Like 30 or something. I don't know.
Me survived the longest. Me know how to survive. Me get here this
You're
far.
also very young. And the last thing we need is for something bad to happen due to childish influence.
Which is your decisions, which is split up. We don't split up. We go forward. You say south, we go south.
Too much. You both need love. LOVE. And she starts dancing around you.
love our 2 cats, the 2 boys, the 2 brothers. We have a bath mat in the bathroom, and they literally love it. Like, they won't be on the floor anywhere; they just lay down on the bath mat. Now, they hate touching each other. So the larger of the 2 cats is on the inside of the shower curtain, and the other one's outside, laying on the same bath mat. There's a shower curtain separating the 2 of them.
That's adorable.
Sweetest thing ever.
That's fine.
But seriously, we do not split up. That's suicide. We go forward.
Maestro.
We have no time to be looking around in cave. We're being chased down.
I would agree with you, but remember, we're cut off from the bad people by a giant avalanche caused by them. If they wanted to catch us, they done it already.
So why look for ambush if that's the case?
Or making sure that there aren't any other ways out, because I
While
don't want to
they're
waste time
talking,
investigating southward.
I asked Wraith to go up through this area. Being careful, stealthy, and sniffing to see if anything's around.
At least one of us is listening.
Me still go south.
Being defiant child. Fine, I'm gonna go scale this since apparently she won't do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Udir, did you say you failed? You're at 5 feet again. We're gonna come back to Monster real quick. Monster, what do you want to do?
Knowing that I can't see in the dark, could I use my animal scent to semi know where I'm going? Or no?
You have a light
torch.
I do have a torch, but I want to like stealthily go into this cave.
Oh, you want to put out the cell? So you can absolutely smell, but it's only going to really get you things that you know the smell for. It doesn't help you smell walls. It doesn't help you smell holes in the ground. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not going to be able to see your way through. You might fall into a trap. You know what I'm saying? Like if you fall into a trap, you're not going to be able to smell the trap. You're going to step into it.
Okay, so she's just gonna move forward.
Okay. Something happens. Not sure. You rolled a 14 perception, so you didn't get high enough to notice this. You get into this area, and there's a decent amount of rubble on the ground and stuff that you're kind of walking over. You're kind of being quiet, but you're kind of being more careful for traps, hence the searching action here. You end up towing one of the rocks that bounces and kicks against one of the walls, right? And as it does, you begin to hear a rumble. It turns into a louder rumble. And now this entire tunnel begins to collapse. It was a very unstable tunnel from all the meltwater. And I need a reflex save.
Do you want to use the hero point?
8's pretty high though.
Eight's more the lower end, but
8's below average.
yeah.
Yeah, why not?
That's better.
Did you get 20? Cool. Well, things
Just
happen.
above average.
This is what's interesting, and I love that it's happened at about the same time. As you come in and this thing collapses, it happens almost at the same time Udir falls. So Udir, your butt hits the ground. There's a rumble. You look to the south at the edge of this monstrous light, and his light vanishes. As the tunnel collapses, dealing... Make sure I type this up right. I don't want to mistakenly type 100 by mistake. Okay. As you take this much bludgeoning damage, monster,
Oh my god.
Oh.
and you're immobilized as you have been buried by these things, but you're not running out of breath or anything. You're just under this rubble.
Okay.
This pass has become impossible to move through.
Oh no.
A landslide occurred, if I'm correct.
If they succeeded, then they could have, moved, but a failure means that they dived over the last possible second.
Oh, Monstro.
Now, you all saw this happen, the light vanish and the rocks collapse, like at the edge of it. Like I am pretty sure that's 40 feet. Yeah, you saw the collapse happen.
Okay. Can I, drop off the cliff and immediately...
Do I have any last words? Or can they still hear me?
You can scream. You ever seen all those movies where people get buried in, parking garages and stuff? You're just under a lot of rocks. You're just immobilized. You can't move.
Okay. I mean, she would alert everybody and just do like a "Hoo!" and then, just gets slowly, quiet.
Let's all run back now. Let's go.
Okay.
Darius would whistle for Wraith.
Smells like honeysuckle, by the way. Up there, Giannis is.
I actually, personally, as a person, love the smell of honeysuckle. When I walk to work in the mornings, because I'm only about 5 minutes walk from my work, there's this fence that's on my left in this one yard where honeysuckles are growing all the way around it. And every time I pass it, before I even see it, I can smell it. And I'm like,
Can she dig out or dig herself out of this?
I command Wraith to keep an eye out while we're digging this out.
Yeah.
It takes time. There's so many rocks that you know how it works. You can't just pull from the bottom. You got to actually systematically pull them down, or else further risk injury as the collapse happens further. This takes about an hour.
Oh.
It's now 10:40.
Is there anything that we can do to take the rocks out?
That's what you're doing. It's just time.
Yeah, it's a time waster.
And it is time wasted. That's all it is. Alright, it's all up in the rocks. Look at her.
Well,
Yeah.
she's as big as a rock, though. She's not doing anything. She's like, go, team, go.
Alright, there we go. I'm going to move Monster out. You get Monster out.
Monstro, you're alive.
Yes, barely, and very hurt.
You know, it's funny. I hate to say
Darius
this.
walks
The
over
adult
and
just said,
starts looking
don't go to
over.
the south, work with us. And then you go, no, I know better. You ran to the south and get married by rocks.
Like,
Udir said South was good. He said it was the best way
Really?
to get out of this place.
I'm just saying out of character, but I did roll a 20.
Yes. So childish.
I speak the truth, Monster.
Darius steps in and says, I think now is probably not the time. We have other things that we should be doing.
Yes. Like dig this
Obviously,
out.
the South Pass is blocked. We have two methods we can go on top of climbing these cliffs.
And this one smells super sweet, by the way, if you want to go up there.
What?
I
It
worry
smells-
about anything that smells super sweet and of nature like that, as that's not natural for a cave.
Roll a nature check.
Perfectly natural. I'm gonna use
You're
zero.
going to tell me, I was going to say you're going to keep it.
Oh, it's so much
As far
better.
as you know, it's not natural, but you haven't been in any caves, so you could be wrong.
Darius, I'm not sure where
Hey, let
this.
me look at my DC. Maybe you critically failed it still. Hold on, let me find my DC. It's not nature. You have to actually be in it. It's not a critical failure. So I was correct with my original assessment. You're not sure because you haven't been in caves often.
Okay.
Now, Darius, I'm just saying, but I don't know why you're questioning this smell. It is just a smell. It's nothing dangerous. Nothing yet.
Smells can be dangerous if poisonous.
What do you know about poison?
A lot more than you. I grew up in wild. I know what poison smelled like.
I grew up in the war. I know what poison feels like.
While they argue, I'm just going to slip off and be like, okay, bye, and go off towards this like, sweet scented.
She's gonna start
Darius and Ray follow.
Like,
This is great.
while we're just
They're down there
bickering.
at the class, just arguing. You guys, one of you at some point during this argument, am I right? Darius, and you turn, and they're not there next to you. Up this hill, as I mentioned, it is I wouldn't say it's a sharp incline, but it is definitely a noticeable hill. You get to a point where my dynamic lighting layer changes. Okay,
What the hell?
you all see that? All right. I'm about to tell you a couple of things.
Hmm.
First and foremost, a slick flowstone curtain bisects this animal den, obscuring half the cave from either side. You see this over here? This curtain of like stones right here? See it?
mhm.
The sound of snapping bones and tearing flesh echoes from the southeast, nearly drowning out the whimpers from a raised ledge to the south 7 feet high. You can hear whimpers coming from a ledge up here, 7 feet off the ground over this journey.
Okay.
To the east, a cliff drops away sharply into the darkness. At the very edge of your light, I think the only people who can see that technically is Ari. Everyone else, you're relying on the torchlight. So Ari, at the very edge of the east, you can see that there is a sharp cliff that drops away into the darkness. You can't even see it because it's so sharp.
Gotcha.
You can see currently one Smilodon corpse resting in a pool of blood.
Darius slings his shield onto his arm.
All right.
As do I.
I skip off the wolf and so I grab my bow open.
Okay.
El Monstro just holds her torch steady and throws a flintstone at the dead body. See if anything's
Alright,
gonna
it's
happen.
your only flintstone, by the way.
Then yes.
Alright? You launch this stone against the body. It makes a clap, 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 clap sound. The sound of the gnawing and tearing stops further into the cave.
Prepare yourself.
Look at you, you little leader. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, based on what you guys have seen, this cavern is part of the route your party must secure for your following, as the only other way that your route can fit through has been blocked by rubble.
Yes, we gotta enter.
I'll
Lead the way.
Udir.
I want to go ahead and turn this dynamic lighting off so that you guys can continue to move forward. I would do it just because you guys are being careful. Do it in 5-foot chunks, and I want to see where everybody goes as they move forward.
Okay. Can someone investigate this Smilodon corpse?
Move a little closer around it, and maybe Darius can look at it.
All right, Darius moves up next to the corpse,
Okay.
and Rafe is on the other side of it.
Okay.
All right, I try to examine the cause of death.
Give me a medicine check.
What a crappy roll.
I mean, you've been rolling.
One thing that you know, you don't know the cause of death or anything, but you do notice something interesting about this corpse. It's fresh, and its skin is missing.
All right, guys, something is in here that attacked this, took it down, and took its skin.
Alright.
El
Is this
Monstro picks up the flint and
the
stone.
curtain or something? This is a curtain, right?
Yeah.
It's a curtain. It's essentially a wall of stone
Oh.
made from stacked together stalactites and stalagmites. Past it was a sound of gnawing bones and tearing of flesh, and then when the flint got launched, the sound stopped.
Gotcha. Okay. Lady Barata.
Above, up here, and on this ledge that's 7 feet high, whimpering can be heard.
From my angle, can I see up on top of that ledge?
You cannot.
Can I climb up
Just
on?
what you say.
Can I climb up on Rafe and have Rafe jump on so I could see up here? Or
You kind of hop up on Wraith. Remember, he's more long than he is tall. Same thing because you're tiny, you don't get any extra leverage.
How
Gotcha.
tall
Your
is the
eyesight
cliff?
is exactly where medium creatures would be now.
okay. Never mind. I'm too short for this.
How tall is the cliff?
Cliff is 7 feet high.
Oh, can I get on Barada's shoulders and look?
Yes,
that what you
I'll
wanna do?
assist.
Yes.
Okay. Monstro, you get to get up onto Barada's shoulders. A couple of
Oh,
things
nice.
happen.
Like,
You
throw
don't have to do
her.
it. You don't have to do it. Oh, you're going to throw her. Okay. A couple of things happen here. First and foremost, you see as you reach the top of her shoulders, backed all the way to the wall, because you have your torch in your hand, is a trio of small saber-tooth tiger-looking cubs, terrified, clearly, looking towards the east. And as you see this, something appears from around the curtain wall. A terrifying creature is found here. It looks like a skinless humanoid with hooved feet and several ridge-like protrusions from its shoulders and heads, kind of like a moose crossed with a buck. It was carefully consuming another Similodon, or let's say saber-tooth tiger, another Smilodon corpse. Even the pelt undamaged. And as it comes around the corner, as it notices your party, as it heard the throne being stone, it had time to prepare. This thing leaps into this pelt before attacking. Let me just go ahead and I only have its head. I don't want to show you the full art because you'll see the creature's name. Let me show you what it looks like.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Are you about
That's
to find
scary.
a Mingo?
This is
I see your
an elk
antlers are
demon
bigger than
lord.
mine. I must now kill you.
Howls in pain. He licks his lips and then steps around the curtain wall.
You all got this. Don't worry.
Darius,
right
at the
with you.
start of your turn, there is something wrong with Rafe. And I need Rafe to make a will save, another will save.
Am I ever like anything?
Can I hero point his will save?
Absolutely.
I will hero point his will save.
Down to 1. This all happened. You heard this thing speak in this weird, evil language. You kind of are sitting over on his shoulders, kind of look over to your right after seeing those little cubs up on the wall. And then you see this thing bite into Rafe and then step around that curtain wall. Okay, a 22. Okay. Rafe has failed.
Oh, well.
Rafe is frightened 1.
Okay.
Animals within the emanation cannot attack the creature. As he is an animal, Rafe cannot do. There's something. You sense it with your wild empathy. Rafe is terrified of this thing. Absolutely terrified. Worse things could have happened if they didn't pass that first will save. Okay, but
Okay, making sure. Well, first, I like to tell everybody, keep rough away from this thing. This thing is a freaking demon. And second, can I roll to identify this thing?
absolutely. I'll tell you the DC ahead of time before you roll if you like.
Okay, for religion.
For religion is DC 25.
Jeez. All right. Oh,
You're
Oh.
so close.
I honestly want to hear.
You're not. You could.
You
did
could.
roll an actual 16 though.
Yeah,
Up to you. We're getting close to the end of the session.
I'm gonna hero point this.
Okay, I'll put you at 2.
Oh.
Oh, what a slap in the junk.
That's
You
not fair.
you have unrefutable proof that this is likely a demon, maybe, but you're not sure if it is. The fact that it speaks abyssal doesn't give it too much of a thing. It looks definitely evil, but it could also be an aberration. which
Do you
means
have?
it's a cult or something.
If you had demon lore, wouldn't that make more of it to have been too lower, wouldn't it?
It is, I don't know.
I mean, I do have demon lore.
He did say religion.
You did.
Well, look, it had not crossed my mind that I still actually had this thing.
You know what?
Fair enough.
I will allow with your hero point that you re-rolled instead of that 24. I will allow you to re-roll your demon lore.
Probably.
Yeah,
worse,
yeah. It's worse. You're not really sure. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you're not really sure.
but son of a gosh. Well, whatever. Well, I don't know what exactly.
You
it is,
could
but
you could spend another action to try again. Like that's not all your character knows. You can spend multiple actions to recall knowledge.
sure, and I'll do that the whole time just to get a clear picture of this thing.
Oh, that's very
Oh,
good.
nice.
Got it.
23 unspecified lore is a success. You got it.
Okay.
Now I can actually share the full art of this thing, so you guys can see the name of the creature.
Good, because I didn't
You
get to see it
guys-
all. Yes.
This is pretty incredible. This is the default art of the creature here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. This is the art for the campaign. You guys ready? It's a creature known as a Roru. Look at that wolf body.
Oh no.
Yep.
Woru.
They're also called hunter demons, brutal fiends that arise from the souls of mortals who mutilate animal corpses. As demons, these individuals don animal pelts and infiltrate packs or herds, corrupting the entire swath of animals, turning their victims bloodthirsty and feral.
Oh god.
Mm.
They're pretty nasty. Now, with that success, what information specifically would you like to know about them? Lowest save, special ability, weakness, resistance, something like that. You get to choose.
I'll do your special abilities.
Okay, special abilities 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a d5. Determine which one your character knows.
Wait, did that wrong?
You did the slash in the wrong position. You had everything else right. 1. Okay. You would know that one of their special abilities. I'm sorry, you know what? I just realized that that's not a special ability. Roll a d4 instead. I'll give you another chance at this. It's not a special ability. A 2. Okay. These creatures have the ability to incite ferocity. The thing that the animal succeeded against, that Wraith succeeded against, was the ability to confuse an animal and have them attack wildly at any creature nearby, except for it. But once you succeed, you're immune for 24 hours. So though Wraith is frightened, this creature did not turn against its host.
I guess he'd have to be within 30 feet. I don't know. I swing my... Oh, kind of like search hidden or something like that.
You could. You can seek by like listening.
Mhm.
Because right now you can't see anything past the curtain wall because of light.
Yeah.
So it could literally be right here if you wanted to. You gotta choose a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot burst.
Do 30-foot cone.
Okay. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure.
Alright, so you can do a 30-foot cone like this,
Mhm.
or like this.
The first one.
First
I'm
one.
gonna roll.
Okay.
Roll that. Okay. He's gone.
As far as you know, he's not in that area. You don't really see anything.
Do you do it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time.
It is what it is.
You're straining against monstrous torchlight, but nothing. Shadows from you guys are dancing around the entire wall. But it isn't until the creature leaps from the ledge above the land next to Raph.
You son of a bitch.
Oh.
Leg up the cliff to come around the curtain wall.
Oh,
And it's going to put 2 attacks, a bite and a claw, into Rafe.
fucking hell of it. Damn it.
I feel so bad because he just got here. But that's a 37 and a 33.
Those are both crits. He's probably dead.
Oh.
Okay. The first attack is going to be 36. Doesn't drop him. The second attack is also 36, so the second attack puts Rafe to dying 2. It's going to glance to the right. Hear the howl of Rafe. Cry out loudly. Everyone knows what just happened. Problem is, it's just barely at the edge of your torchlight. Monstro.
Yeah, I can barely see it.
Yep.
And are you on to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Can someone
It
like
glances-
tell me where Rafe
it
generally
glances
is?
in your direction, Darius, and just grins. An incredibly menacing smile. And it is now Darius' turn.
Move. Tongue.
Lick that thing.
I'll spend my last hero point to reroll that.
Okay. You don't want to use it in case Rafe needs to recover?
No.
Okay. Ooh. 24. Misses.
Oh my
Are you
god.
serious? Wow.
24 doesn't hit?
24 does not hit.
Oh my god, this is...
Well, this thing is obviously more powerful than we are. Makes sense.
Well, I refuse to acknowledge that.
You refuse to acknowledge that a demon is probably level 6 or 7 creature?
As your tongue reaches
also
out to
that-
strike it, it kind of runs its shoulder to the side. Your tongue going past it, and it just runs one of its claws along the inside, just barely, to bring a little bit of blood along your frog tongue before it snaps back to your mouth. Pseudo dropped it to grab him.
That's correct.
You have it in one hand still, right? You just like a one-handed grab?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I just figured you did a pole vault, you still have it in one hand, and the other hand reached. You only need one hand free to grab. He's going to add sprints in a dizzying speed. it's only 10 feet, just to get up to here, which would provoke from you, but you can only attack with your fists with attack of opportunity.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
that hits.
That does it.
Cold cock it, knock it out.
Dude, boom, you hit in the back of the head, and it's like almost as it lands in this spot really quickly, its head almost turns all the way around on a swivel. Its body not at all, just to like look over its like right shoulder to look straight at you. Maybe not.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's going to open its jaws wide to take a bite of Darius. Jaws. Ooh. I'm pretty sure I crit. Does a 37 critically hit Darius?
Yeah, because anybody in our party can possibly have higher than that.
I know that
Yes, I crit.
I know that you're not good, so you take 32 piercing damage.
Actually, I will shield block and he can go fuck himself.
Okay, you'll shield block. That's gonna. You have a wooden shield, so hardness 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 29 damage to you and 29 damage to the shield.
Yep, it's broken.
Okay, that just means you won't get armor class for it anymore. You can still raise it to shield block going forward, but just remember that if it breaks, like full.
I mean,
gone.
honestly, it doesn't matter. Like a 37 crit, whether I had it raised or not, so the shield's useless.
Right. Ice into you, most of the shield just gets evaporated underneath it. Then it's going to bring that claw up to reach around you to attack. Little fairy.
Do I get cover at least?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 to your armor class.
Okay.
Tell me if a 29 hits your +1 armor class.
Yeah.
13 damage.
Goodbye on the floor again.
9 to Ari. That's it. That's all of his actions.
You can't just die.
Darius, your turn.
Delay.
Oh, you fucker. Does it react? Yeah, you're the biggest threat. I think he'll react to you because you did just fucking taunt him, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't know because he's really worried about the crit that was on him and something else. Let me roll. I'm going to say if I get over a 50, I'll react to you. If I get over a 50. Check it. Okay, he's going to react to hit you with a claw. Darius. To this reaction, a 36. I'm so sorry. God damn, that rolled so high. Darius, does a 34 drop you?
I'm dying too.
Oh.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm laughing, guys.
There's
I know.
nothing to be sorry
Yeah.
about. This thing's
All the new
almost double
characters
our
are
fucking
fine.
character levels.
If we just survive 60 electricity damage, I mean, I'm just gonna survive anything.
Our
You
healer's
go to
down.
cast a spell on your freaking club, and then it just swipes into you, and you both fall into the same space. Then he's going to turn his back to you and just glare at Monstro right here. Ready to go to bed, daughter. It's night time. Really do it just like that.
Okay, yeah. So, step. Oh. Part 1.
Oh, what a shot into the nuts and then Steph. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Good here. It's flanked now because of Barada's reach.
Okay. Oh, man.
Come on, guys, you got this.
I'm trying, but, yeah, this is, I think it'll be, metaphorically sweat here.
Fight him like the soul lion you did.
Yeah.
Nice. No.
27 hits, though.
Yeah, that's a good one. But
Dear, you're looking at this creature, by the way. The only thing that you can see that it's even wearing outside of being practically nude is a necklace. A single old, rusted necklace of some sort of incipient. As you look at it, as you're focusing your key into this flurry of blows, you recognize it. It's a pendant, one of your commanding officers back in the Meridian Camp Crusade, of one of the people who went out on one of the forward marches and never returned. And only like 2 slow-level scouts even ran back, practically wounded, out of their minds, mentioning a specific demon that killed your squadron. They gave the same description. Now you think about it. This is that creature. One of the creatures that just decimated many of your squadrons back when you were in the Crusade. And you leaned out that forward fist to hit for 9 bludgeoning. It had 1 health left. And this creature falls to your fist.
Nice.
I am so fucking pissed.
The Argatoa, but like usually a little bit more coy, I guess you could say. Definitely social, but too busy to be bothered with anything.
Pretty
And they're
much.
just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
If it
Well,
wasn't for my song, you would have never defeated that monster. Aren't you so glad I was playing from the outside of the cave?
I was playing. I was playing a inspiring ballad from outside the cave. I'm sure that my efforts allowed you to defeat this creature. But in any case, I am Nisos, and I'm from the train as well. I'm sure you've seen me in the crowd.
Did you just say you're Nisos?
Nisos, yes.
That sounds an awful lot like a
nicest.
god of semen and wine from a book series I read.
What'd you
It
say?
is.
Huh?
That just seemed like came out of left field.
Wait,
Um,
that's
The
actually.
god
I think it was
of
in the white
potent
field.
potent liquids, and semen is one of them.
Well, I mean that makes sense for this character. But hey, anyways, as
This
this
was
character walks up,
Crescendo's like bro, like from the fraternity back in the day.
as this character walks up, you kind of see a obviously a satyr, but you see this character has a very long kind of trim beard and a thick braid in the back of his hair. And wrapped around his head are 2 like ram-like horns that are wrapped around his head. And he obviously has hooved feet, and he's wearing like this like almost like silk shirt and silk shirt with like the couple buttons left open so you can see the top of his hair, of his chest hair poke out.
What do you
that
smell
actually
like,
been
by the
harder.
way?
What do I smell like?
Yeah, like river water, the forest, grass.
I smell like I probably smell like silk.
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 Guys,
He's
that
rich.
fight's been harder. When forced from its corpse, it jumps into the second Smolodon to get more hardness for its pelt. Just didn't do any of that.
If you had, we probably would have wiped.
We
Yeah,
was totally wiped.
hardness 5, 25 HP buffer.
The thing is that
Wow.
had I actually been there, this fight wouldn't have been that bad because I could use Hitty's laughter, so he wouldn't be able to use his reactions.
So Monstro throwing that rock.
What's the save for that?
Wait, me throwing the rock does what?
You saved you saved us all.
Because
You threw a rock.
which did
Apparently, for whatever reason, prevented the thing from transforming into that Similodon, making it harder to kill.
oh
Religious check to know what to do with a demon's body after
It's gone. The demon body isn't there. Once you just feed it, it essentially gets sucked back into where it came from. It's not technically here anymore.
Okay, good, 'cause man,
It's returned. If it's a demon, which it was, it's returned to the abyss.
Nisos, right?
Nisos, yes, Nisos. It's a pleasure to meet you all, professionally, of course.
Could you heal us up?
Over there chatting up Barada while you guys are sitting there watching all your dead friends die.
I love how you assumed that I just have the capabilities of healing, but for you, my friend, I will heal one of you up.
I have to say, it's a new character, everybody,
Mhm.
but it's the same aspect where Zen showed up to cast a spell to save everybody.
It is. It solely is. Okay. Actually, Ari's my friend's Ari killed first. So hold on.
I was gonna say purely pound for pound, most
Yay, Faith Friends.
most contributed.